I just find if people did their homework a bit more, it would get them some mileage in a sense. Of course, you need a valuable business proposition, but doing your homework on a person in this digital age where everybody has a digital footprint counts for a whole lot. You can earn that warm introduction to the person you're looking for, raising the chances and the likelihood that they'll take that meeting and or later engage you with a view to investing. You can strike up a better rapport and friendship with a larger network. I mean, if you're, Eric husband this morning talked about taking 100 meetings and getting 90 no's, right? Like that's what you've got to prepare yourself for. So the bigger the net, the higher the likelihood that you're going to actually find something useful. Maybe to close, there was an interview with Jeff Bezos that aired on 60 Minutes, where he was with Charlie Rose and they were talking about the early days of Amazon. And in 1996 he had to raise $1 million, and he was a little coy in that he couldn't believe how close he came to not even engaging in this business at all. He ended up having to give 20% of his business away. Took over 60 meetings where he raised kind of $50,000 a piece, all the way to $1 million. I mean, like it's pretty insane. And for many of his meetings, he had to ask and answer for those investors, what's the internet? Right? I think in many respects, the entrepreneurs that we have here have to put in very clear terms, what's the African internet? What's the size of the market? What's the value for this investor beyond the return on equity or whatever it may be? So thinking in those broad terms, I think there's a lot that could be said. This is perhaps just a couple of remarks. Part of it depends on the way they want to choose to be remunerated, right? So you have a number of people, you have some people who don't take, I've seen this, right, this year, 2016 particularly, they don't take too kindly to some particular types of introductions because there's an expectation of, cut me in on the deal, or I'm expecting a percentage of this, so on and so forth. That in some cases can have a backfire effect on the relationship. So I'm cautious about it. I think on paper it's of course a smart move. You have somebody who can stand by your side, steward the deal, is vested to look after the entrepreneur's interest, and in some cases to just bargain and act as a neutral third party. But on the other hand, it's not all roses, a bed of roses in that there are definitely some cases of where investors have been put off or turned off what feels like a very strong expectation, because a number of them are searching for deal flow. So for the entrepreneur, they've got to play it as they see it and just use their instinct and best judgment to make a call on that. Transaction advisors, especially professional ones, have a role to play because they, and the role of facilitation in deal making is part art, part science. So there's definitely the benefit of having some transaction advisors that don't necessarily need to be cut in and part of the deal, but that their mandate is to see the deals go through. People like that, I say, I'm encouraged by. But on the other hand, you certainly do have a class of transaction advisors who have raised an element of caution because of what some of their expectations can be leading into a deal, either on the entrepreneur side or the investor side. Nothing wrong with it. It's a fair, in some cases it can be fair compensation for work done, but it does leave some room for people to perhaps, in the absence of deal flow in certain brackets of investments, to be a little more strong-armed as transaction advisors. But that said, I mean, anybody who's assisting an entrepreneur to close, I mean, the fundraising cycle can be brutal at times, right? The amount of rejection, the amount of travel and time outside of the business. I mean, we heard today at the second day here at Angel Fair Africa of an entrepreneur, particularly Mark Essien, going a year out of money, still number one in his market and a year without capital. So that's it wasn't like he was sitting back. He was probably doing the best he could. And so you have to empathize with people in that position and know that one way or the other, professional transaction advisors have a great role to play, and it would be great to see them perhaps move even to preparing and coaching and investing in entrepreneurs, perhaps even a little before the time that the advisor may have a great interest in helping them stitch together and patch through a deal. My thoughts on Angel Fair Africa is that I'm glad it's finally come to Kenya. I think that Eric Osekwan is in many ways a visionary for starting it. If you look at just the journey that's taken place to build up to having this conference here, it's pretty meaningful for it to come to the so-called Silicon Savannah. We still have a lot of work to do, but one of the things I take great encouragement from with Eric is his view of what he calls the kings of African technology. So that's Kenya, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. And the fact that he's been continually just seeding and investing himself at a personal and at a professional level in raising awareness and bringing startups, for me, is extraordinary, and it's in many cases I would call it visionary.